Hi everyone. So I will extend on strategy and the internet. I will repost the video. So let's start. The time has come to take a clear view of internet. We need to move away from rhetoric about internet industries, e-business strategies, and a new economy, and see the internet for what it is, an enabling technology. So this is what I as a company can do strategically to use the internet strategically. So what is an internet is an enabling technology, a powerful set of tools that can be used wisely or unwisely in almost any industry as a part of almost any strategy. We need to ask fundamental questions. Who will capture economic benefits that the internet creates? Will all the value end up going to customers, or will companies be able to reap a share of it? Will it expand or shrink the pool of profits? And what will be its impact on strategy? Will the internet bolster or erode the ability of companies to gain sustainable advantage over their competitors? So, the key question is not whether to deploy internet technology. Companies have no choice if they want to stay competitive. But but how to deploy it? Here there is a reason for optimism. Internet technology provides better opportunities for a company to establish distinctive strategic positionings that then did previous generations of information technology. Gaining such a competitive advantage does not require a radically new approach to business. It requires building on the proven principles of effective strategy. The internet per se will rarely be a competitive advantage. Many of the companies that succeeded will be ones that use the internet as a complement to traditional ways of competing, not those that set the internet initiatives apart from their established operations. That is particularly good news for established companies, which are often in the best position to meld internet and traditional approaches in ways that buttress existing advantages. But dot-coms can also be winners if they understand the trade-offs between internet and traditional approaches and can fashion truly distinctive strategies. Far from making strategy less important, as some have argued, the internet actually makes strategy more essential than ever. Now, I am a millennial, and I think tradition is not always good. I think it's in the past. When we look back, we are looking towards the future. So maybe old traditional ways aren't always good. For example, if I don't want to leave the house and I want to order food, or I want to buy medicine, or I don't want to leave the house. Maybe I'm sick or whatever it is. I want people to bring my stuff to my house. So if I go online and I check what I want, and I can order and say, please bring, if there's an extra fee, I pay the extra fee for the delivery, and it just works perfectly for me. So we have to think about what customers want. Also buying online is a different, it's just a different way of doing things. So economic value for a company is more than the gap between price and cost, and uh, it 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 is reliably meaning measured only by sustained profitability. So I want to finish off with something. If so, it is hard to come to any firm understanding of the impact of the internet on business by looking at the results to date. But two broad conclusions can be drawn. First, many businesses active on the internet are artificial businesses competing by artificial means and propped up by capital that until recently had been readily available. Second, in periods of transition, such as the one we have been going through, it often appears as if there are new rules of competition. But as market forces play out, as they are now, the old rules regain their currency. The creation of true economic value once again becomes the final arbiter of business success. So, I talked about economic value. It says to generate revenues, reduce expenses, or simply do something useful by deploying internet technology is not sufficient evidence that value has been created, nor in a company's current stock price necessarily an indicator of economic value. Shareholder value is a reliable measure of economic value only over the long run. So I'm thinking about economic value. It is useful to draw a distinction between the uses of internet, such as operating digital marketplaces, selling toys, or trading securities, and internet technologies such as site customization tools or real-time communication services, which can be deployed across many uses. Many have pointed to the success of technology providers as evidence of the internet's economic value. But this thinking is faulty. It is the uses of the internet that ultimately create economic value. Technology providers can prosper from a time irrespective of whether the uses of internet are profitable. In periods of heavy experimentation, even sellers of flawed technologies can thrive. But unless the uses generate sustainable revenues or savings in excess of their cost of deployment, the opportunity for technology providers will shrivel as companies realize that further investments is economically unsound. So, how can the internet be used to create economic value? To find the answer, we need to look beyond the immediate market signals to the two fundamental factors that undermine profitability. Industry structure, which determines the profitability of the average competitor, and sustainable competitive advantage, which allows a company to outperform the average competitor. So these two underlying drivers of profitability are universal. They transcend any technology or type of business. At the same time, the they vary widely by industry and company. The broad super ultra industry classification so common in internet parlance, such as business to consumer or B2C and business to business B2B, prove meaningless with respect to profitability. Potential profitability can be understood only by looking at individual industries and individual companies. So, the internet and industry structure. It's very important we think about these terms. I'm using a lot of terms. I took a class in economy when I was in the university, so I may understand. I need to look into other terms, but I do understand that profitability is very. It's part of a company, so it's important that internet we use it as a tool, as a complement to add economic value, because internet can be questioned for its economic value. So whether it adds economic value, we can look at Amazon. We can study Amazon, which is this company, delivery company that we all know about it. So let's start to think how strategy in the internet just go like this. and we can help our companies grow. So I will leave you with that, and I hope that this opens up a little bit the horizons of where we are in this technology and where it could take us. So, bye.